How's it going, everybody? Today I'm bringing you part 2 of the top 5 new Mega Evolutions for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Last time I counted down 5 Pokemon that definitely deserve to get Mega Evolutions in hopefully the soon to come Diamond and Pearl remakes that we're hoping to see come in either 2017 or 2018. Now do remember, these videos are just for fun, for the sake of speculation and just getting the hype going for future updates of Pokemon or future iterations of Pokemon. But I decided today we're going to count down this list of top 5 new evolutions for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, of course Mega Evolutions rather. So let's start at this list right away. Number 5. So coming in first will be Drapion, which is set to be a perfect Mega Evolution. So back in Diamond and Pearl, we got the introduction to the Skorupi line, which was a very loved and pretty darn sick evolution line featuring Skorupi and Drapion. And here we have ourselves a pretty light Mega Evolution, I'd say, for Drapion, which I think could be working pretty well as a Mega Evolution overall. There are many changes that could be, done here to this design in this Mega, but there are additions of some great parts to its arms, and I do feel like perhaps, adding more parts to its body and changing the colors on it would probably make it look even better, and perhaps adding more black colors and darker colors would be super nice, and just a larger version would be just way more badass and work probably the best. Of course, do remember these are my opinions, and I do feel like maybe adding something else to this design would be better. Maybe having a bit more of a darker colors, just black on it, would look perfect. Then again, we never know what could happen. Game Freak could decide on, any sort of Mega design, and we could always just, hope this is going to happen in the future. So let's go over to the next one. Number 4. Next up is one of my personal favorite Pokemon from Generation 4, which is going to be Toxicroak, which is just a beloved Pokemon from Gen 4, and it truly just has a perfect design. So why it didn't receive a Mega Evolution really is surprising, but that's why we're here, hoping for these remakes so we can possibly get a Mega version of it. Now, Toxicroak in this design on the screen has changed body shape and has larger blades on its arms. It actually looks, pretty well. It could work, but even with this design, I feel like perhaps adding more to it will make it even better. Again, the lack of body parts change, body part changes, like additions of things that could, just overall add things to the design is kind of disappointing with this design, but overall I think the design does work, and just maybe adding a bit more to it, just adding that spice to it definitely would improve it even more, and overall it does work. But I do feel like Game Freak could make some incredible things for Toxicroak, and I'm just hoping that this thing is going to come back and truly shine again. Number 3. Now, next up we have ourselves my personal favorite Pokemon from Generation 4 that I really think needs a Mega Evolution. It's going to be Luxray, and Luxray is just the most badass thing from Generation 4. I was looking so forward to the Mega Evolutions for when they were, being released, but when I saw there was no talking about Luxray getting a Mega, I was truly just made disappointed. Honestly, it just really hurt me. But we can surely hope that this will come in the future. But to spark the flames of joy, we have a few interesting designs to take a look at. So the first one here is a very interesting design that utilizes Luxray's fur and extends it by a larger amount. Not a huge, change, but I still think it's really cool. The next design is a very personal favorite of mine. I gotta say, I love the addition of the white colors to the mane, the actual mane around its, neck and whatnot, the fur. And I also almost get a old feeling from it. And what I mean by that is that the color addition of white makes it look a lot older, like loads older and wiser almost. And let's not even speak about the little cool gems on its legs. They're just badass, incredibly lit if I'm gonna be honest, and the colors being all randomized all over the place with the yellow, light blue and light dark really looks great. Then again, these are all sick designs, and overall I do hope we get a Mega Luxray in the future. Number 2. Now, next up we will have ourselves all 3 of the starters from Generation 4 in the same place. Now, the reason for this is because when we see all the releases of the Mega Evolutions, all the starters from certain generations that do get Megas usually always get themselves, all the starters as Mega Evolutions. So I thought let's just conclude them all in one spot instead of switching them out and having them in separate parts. Let's just put them all in one pile in one spot. So here we go, at number 2 we got ourselves the started Mega Evolutions. And first we're gonna have ourselves Mega Torterra, and this design is honestly just so freaking cool. The designs are just so cool on this thing. Torterra looks overall more badass. It's larger. There are more gray spikes on it. And it just, I don't know what is going on with this thing, but it's so cool. And what I really would like to see is perhaps adding something to its tree. Maybe doing the tree slightly different. Imagine this thing in a Alolan form. It would be so cool, man. Imagine like a little palm tree on the back. Like, that would be so sick. Then again, like I said, it would really be cool to see what Torterra could look like if they made it into a Mega. And this is definitely a design that does work well. Now, the next one we have ourselves is going to be Infernape. That has an interesting design going for it as well. The increase of the fur and the whole making the ape into a more white and pretty kind of neat thing is pretty interesting. Just changing around the colors and making it fully, fully cloth in that white fur is pretty interesting. Removing the body parts where, you can see the skin, which is kind of, reddish and whatnot, because that fits the Chimchar being, a fire type. Kind of removing that and making it into a fully fledged ape is just pretty cool, and I do like that quite a lot. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be Empoleon, which is just a truly majestic Pokemon in just general, and this design speaks for itself. Making the crown on Empoleon larger and having an overall body change becomes, just really cool, and having it just larger in general with, the more balanced feel to it looks very nice. Then again, that's going to be it for the starters. Let's go to the final spot on this list, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1. And finally, we have ourselves one of the coolest mythical Pokemon from Generation 4, being Darkrai, which I had such a hard time with kind of choosing which design I'd go with. This thing is crazy good looking, and it's hard to imagine what an actual Mega would look for it. Now, we got two designs here that are just generally amazing and would work amazingly, so let's take a look at both of them. First up, we have a design that is honestly kind of cute in my opinion, with Darkrai having a crest above him with a very interesting body change and colors, and it's overall a cool design. Now, the next design is my personal favorite, that features some sick, almost body armor-alike things going for it. This is also definitely my favorite design, mainly because it reminds me a lot of the body armor of a certain character called Madara Uchiha from the anime Naruto. Now, Naruto Shippuden, of course, but now I do feel like this thing is instantly gotta be my favorite because of that specific point, and it just generally looks so badass. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, do drop a like down below. If there's any Pokemon that I missed, do you want to see Mega Evolutions for, then please let me know in the comment section down below, and do let me know if there are any ideas or videos you want me to do. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, then I hope you'll see hope you come by the next video, of course. And do drop a like and a comment as well as a subscription for more future videos. I will catch you all the next time. Bye bye, Pokemon trainers.